Namaste. The second wave of COVID pandemic is at a peak. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Since the time this pandemic started last year, most of us have suffered innumerable hardships, not just here in India, but all over the world. A lot of people have lost their family members. Some have lost their jobs, their livelihoods. People all over have lost their freedoms due to government restrictions. In one way or the other, most of us have suffered. But in the middle of all this, there are some who have treated this pandemic as an opportunity to revive their almost dead careers. Take Barkha Dutt, for example. After having worked at NDTV for many years, perpetuating their anti-Hindu propaganda, she was kicked out. Then she went and joined Kapil Sibal's news channel, and she did so well that the channel itself got shut down. Then the pandemic started and people started having hardships, and she started her specialty, tragedy television. Another such example is Rahul Gandhi. We all know where his political career is headed. But when the first wave of the COVID pandemic started in the middle of last year, he started this program where he was talking or having discussions on Zoom meetings with international experts like Raghuram Rajan or Amartya Sen or Abhijit Banerjee. You know, like Bigg Boss has season 1 and season 2. Last year, first season of Rahul Gandhi's COVID experiences was online discussions with Congress party retainers working in foreign universities. In the second season, in addition to those online meetings, he has added Rahul Gandhi's tweets, where he makes demands or suggestions to the central government and specifically to Narendra Modi. When we watch cricket matches from the gallery in a stadium or from the living rooms in our houses, a lot of us, including me, we have a tendency to make suggestions, pass advice to the playing teams, the captain of the team. For example, if England is batting very well and scoring a lot of runs, we'll be like Kohli should bring in Jadeja to bowl now, or Bumrah to bowl now. And if by Kohli's bad luck India loses, we'll be like, see, I said he should have bowled Jadeja or Bumrah, and he didn't do that. That's why India lost. Rahul Gandhi's tweets are like that, like a person sitting in the gallery and passing comments. Impractical, unworkable suggestions or demands. In one of his recent tweets, he was saying lockdown is the only way India can escape now, and why is Modi not imposing lockdowns? But just a few months ago, when Modi actually imposed lockdowns, he was going berserk, saying Modi is destroying people, Modi is murdering people, he's making migrant laborers walk for hundreds of kilometers, he's destroying people's lives, he's starving them to death. But now, after Modi has seen the economic devastation caused by lockdowns, and when he doesn't want to impose lockdowns and repeat that economic devastation, Rahul Gandhi demands that he should impose lockdowns. Another one of his tweets, he tweeted out the meaning of the word free, as if Modi or any of us doesn't know what free means. When I saw that tweet, I was sort of wondering, who is he trying to convey this meaning of this word free to? Who is he trying to tell this meaning? Is he trying to tell this to us, the people of India? Because we honestly don't need to know what free means. We are experts at getting things for free. Since independence, for 60 years, we have been getting electricity, water, food. Whenever there are elections, politicians give us TVs, fridges, whatever we ask, we get it for free from politicians whenever there is an election. Some parties even give quarter and biryani for free. So clearly, people of India do not need to know or do not need anybody to tell us what the meaning of the word free is. Or was he trying to convey this meaning? Was he trying to explain the meaning of word free to Narendra Modi? Because again, Modi is an expert at giving things for free. Since he became Prime Minister, he's been giving people free toilets, free houses, free gas cylinders. Every time there are elections, he gives free loan waivers to farmers. And he's since beginning an expert at giving free pass to rioters, whether it was in 2002 Gujarat or during Shaheen Bagh in early 2020, or earlier this year when farmers rioted during Independence Day. He is an expert at giving free pass to rioters, and right now he is giving free pass to Mamata Banerjee's murderous gangs killing BJP workers like dogs in West Bengal. So Modi clearly doesn't need to know the meaning of free. He knows it already. So maybe it's possible that Rahul Gandhi just discovered the meaning of this word free. After having lived all his life without spending a single paisa, his bungalows, his clothes, his education, his MP salary, his foreign vacations every few months. For all these, he never spent a single rupee. So he probably just discovered that all this, getting things without spending your own money, is called free. Something that Rahul Baba probably doesn't know is that all these things he was getting all his life for free were paid for with the blood and sweat of Indian taxpayers. Not just those, every other thing these politicians give for free are paid for by taxpayers. So when Rahul Gandhi thinks there is some magic trick by which government can make everything for free by waving a magic band, Modi just waves a magic band and things become free, that's not how it works. When he demands that everyone in India should get vaccine for free, it's not really free. Somebody has to pay for it. And that is the Indian taxpayers who have to pay for it. One thing that he doesn't tell you is the expenses that are actually involved when government makes anything for free. For example, when you buy a vaccine or a medicine from a company directly, you maybe pay 400 rupees or 600 rupees for a shot. But if government takes over and government gives that thing for free, that is, government uses taxpayers' money to buy the vaccine from the vaccine maker and gives it to the people without charging us. You know what happens during that process? While if we directly pay for the vaccine ourselves, we will end up paying some 400 or 600 rupees. If government gets, we will end up paying for government's inefficiency, government's ineptitude. And in addition to that, we will also pay for the corruption of the UPSC, IAS, IRS, IFS, IPS babudam. Not just corruption, there will be backdoor selling also. Recently, you may have seen this in news, BJP MP Tejasvi Surya brought out this issue of corruption in allocation of ICU beds in Bangalore. What happened is government of Karnataka, the BJP government in Karnataka, used its powers to take over 50% of ICU beds in private hospitals. And government was directly allocating those 50% beds to the patients who were in need. And do you know what the IAS Babus in Bangalore Municipal Corporation were doing? They were blocking these beds, not giving access to patients who were actually in need of those beds, and they were selling it in black market. That is how our government servants are, or government babus are. Even ICU beds, when people are dying, they are trying to make money out of it. They are trying to black market even hospital beds. Do you think they won't black market vaccines? So instead of paying 400 or 600 rupees for each dose of vaccine, if you get it directly from the company, we will end up paying 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 rupees for each vaccine dose, and even then we won't get it, because they will take these vaccines and sell it, give it to their relatives, or sell it in black market. That's what will happen if government takes over and gives it for free. So when Rahul Gandhi demands Modi give all these vaccines for free, he's actually demanding that Modi encourage corruption. Modi indulge in corruption. And this is what the Congress culture is. They encourage corruption, they promote corruption. So people have to think very carefully about such demands coming from no skin in the game politicians, no skin in the game entitled brats like Rahul Gandhi. We are the ones who work hard and pay our sweat and blood as taxes to government. So please don't fall for these free demands, free vaccine demands that are coming from different politicians. Think before you support what these people are demanding. That's all in this bite from the basement. Please share this video. If you like it, share it with your family and friends. If you have some feedback, please leave comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Stay safe, stay healthy. Till I see you again. Namaste.